artists. Welcome back to Art at Home with Mrs. Kellogg. Today we're going to have a lot of fun because we are going to combine art and nature. Do you know what combine means? That's right. It means when you put things together. Now, meet me over at my workspace because I'm going to tell you a lot more about the lesson and the materials you will need. Do you remember when I said we were going to combine art and nature in our project today? Well, I'm sure you know why I said that, because we are going to create leaf art today. And you're going to have fun going on a nature walk, collecting leaves, and looking at the shapes of the leaves to give you some great ideas for creating animals or creatures or whatever your imagination comes up with. So now, let me tell you the materials that you're going to need. So the first thing you'll need are leaves. So you can go out into your yard and look for leaves, or you could have fun and make it a family project or a project with a family member. And you could go on a walk to the park looking for leaves. You can go on a hike looking for leaves. Now, when you look for these leaves, what I recommend is try to get leaves that are dry, but not too dry that they would crumble on you. Now, when I made my project, I used 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves for my animals. Now, as you notice, I have a lot more leaves than that. I would collect a lot of leaves just in case some of them crumble or they tear when you're using your marker work on them, or if you want to add some to your background or your ground. Okay, the next thing that you're going to need is paper. So you're going to need a paper around 8 by 10 or 9 by 12 inch paper to glue your leaves on. And you're also going to need maybe a copy paper or a smaller piece of paper so you can make the eyes for your animals or creature. And yes, I did say glue, so that means we need a glue stick. And if you want to draw on, for example, wings or tails or put in a sun, I did that with pencil first, and then I used a fine tip Sharpie marker to trace those. And I also used the Sharpie marker to make the legs, also to draw on my leaves. So a fine tip marker is really going to help you if you decide to draw on your leaves. Okay, so like this, I kind of put hair on this one creature. And when you're creating this, remember, you're going to be looking for shapes. So that's another thing to think about. So when you look at your leaves, for example, see how I've got a triangle, an oval in the middle. I'm looking for that rectangle, and this one's got a big circle. So when you go on your nature walk, look for the leaves and look for the shapes in the leaves. And again, use that imagination to see what could you make with those leaves. Now it's time for you to go on your nature walk and collect those leaves. And when you get back from that nature walk, if you have a hard-covered book, what you can do is you can open that book up and you can put your leaves in it. And what that's going to do is it's going to press them flat, which makes them easier to work with. You can put that to the side and collect the rest of your materials, and this will be a good time for you to pause the video, go on that nature walk, and I will meet you back here. I hope you enjoyed your nature walk. Now that you have your materials, let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is place down your art paper, and then you want to start looking at the different shapes of your leaves and start placing them down on your art paper. So you don't glue yet, you kind of lay down your leaves. So I want to make this the ground, so that looks good. Then lay all my leaves down, and I like having that rectangle part of the stem facing in this direction because I want to place the eyes there, so you can kind of see from my other example here. And then this one I'm going to tilt. So you place them the way you like, and then look at them, and if you're happy with your placement and you like it, then you're going to start gluing. So what you do is you take the leaf and your trusty glue stick, and then you start putting glue on the back of the leaf. And just gently press down. And then you do the same for all the leaves and also for the ground. Now I have my leaves all glued down, so now it's time to draw legs. So I'm going to start with line. I'm going to bend this one, and then I'm going to make shapes. So I'm going to probably make a little shape like so. So see, if I bend it, use one line and a second line, and then that third line for the foot, I can make it look like they're walking. Straight line, and then open, triangle, and that's going to show me that direction there. And then this one, I can have fun bending it. So one line, two lines, three lines. And they look like they're walking. And then this one. And I like doing kind of that open triangle and putting that third toe in there. And I have a lot of fun bending those lines. One line, two lines. Three lines, open triangle, and then that third line for the toe. And then for this one, I want to make a bird, so I think triangle. So I can just make a triangle like so, or you can kind of make little triangles coming, or excuse me, yeah, you can make a triangle or even a half oval for the wings. And see, I can make triangle, 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 or draw the line and add triangles, or just do half oval or a triangle. Okay, so now I have that. And my next step, now I'm going to use my marker so I can see the lines clear. And if I want to put a sun in, I can. And I'm going to get fancy and put kind of a spiral sun idea in there. I like that. But you can make any kind of background you like. Okay, so now I have all of that done. And so you could add tails onto your leaves. So if you like that idea, see, I'm thinking triangle. Or you could leave them as they are. Okay, now my next step is I've got to make the eyes out of my copy paper. So what I'm going to think of is half ovals, and I like to draw them first. So see how I'm making rainbow line? That might be a little big, so I'm going to make that a little smaller. Rainbow line, straight line across, rainbow line, straight line across, and rainbow line, straight line across. Now that you've drawn your eyes for your leaf creatures or animals, it's time to cut the eyes out. If you have a hole puncher, that's another way to do this too. You can just hole punch eyes out. So now I have the eyes glued, and I had fun putting the eyes looking in different directions, and I'm ready to add color or some marker work to your leaves. That's our lesson on art and nature. I hope you enjoyed that nature walk, and I especially hope you enjoyed the lesson today. Remember, when you are creating art, to relax, have lots of fun, and keep creating.